Finally, I have you, my precious. Do you have any idea of how much trouble I got through to finally get you to come here? I mean, this whole affair should have been over a long time ago, when your kingdom accepted to let me marry you in exchange for peace. But then you escaped for a while. I wondered where you could possibly have gone. But then the realization hit me like a lightning bolt. My sister. Again. She really can just go about her day like normal and let me do what I want, can she? She can really be outrageous sometimes. I'd really like to teach her a lesson, but it doesn't matter now, since you're here. My agents really did an excellent work freeing you from her captivity. Did you even realize that you were her prisoner? How naive of you. To think that she would allow an opportunity to ruin my plans once again is foolishness. She's always been like this, ever since we were children. She always thwarts everything I do. No matter if we're playing or running kingdoms, she knows they haven't been split evenly, and my people have less resources. I decided to trade my neighbors rather than let everyone starve, and that includes her. I bet she told you that I'm prone to violence, hasn't she? Well, let me tell you one thing. If I hadn't done this, I would have seen everyone around me suffer and starve to death. She could have helped me instead of answering with her usual unbearable arrogance. She's absolutely unbearable, and yet she always tries to be the moralist. Every time I do something she doesn't like, or that, more importantly, risks to tarnish her precious reputation. It's such a pleasure whenever she sends me an offended letter telling me that I need to stop doing whatever she doesn't like. Well, she isn't my boss. I am a queen, just like her. And she has no right to tell me what to do. At least not if she doesn't offer me an alternative. Which isn't just, please stop. Does she really think that being nice to others will help me obtain what I want? Don't answer that. If it's trade you're thinking about, let me tell you this. It's impossible. Nobody wants to trade with people who have nothing to offer in exchange for resources. And I know that. Which is why I forced them to hand them over. It is necessary. I need something. I want it. And then I take it. And I dare say that it doesn't apply only to resources. Lately, I have been raiding your people, as you know very well. But it wasn't your food I was after. No, I was after a person. You. Maybe you don't remember me, but we used to play all together. You, my sister, and me. I was love-struck then, and while I thought it may have been just a simple crush, it didn't go away with time. Instead, my interest in you grew only stronger and stronger over time, until I understood that I could no longer bear to be apart from you. I desired you. I wanted you above anything. Thus, I decided I'd get you, somehow. I invited you hoping that, since you are part of the royal family, they would offer me a diplomatic marriage in exchange for peace, which effectively happened. I hadn't considered that you would run away from your responsibility, however. I am honestly still surprised that you would reject me without even trying to get to know me. Well, you know what? I am in charge here, and I get to decide who should marry whom. And I want a grand wedding ceremony with you, and you will answer, I do, when the time comes. I will not accept any other outcome. Very well. Now that you finally know what will happen, I want to talk to you alone. Guard, cut his bindings and bring him to his chambers. I will have a private meeting with our guest. Finally, we are alone. I don't have to keep up the high and mighty alpha for the benefit of the cart. I admit that it's quite costly for me. I would really like it if they spared me the courtly obligations. But alas, I am their queen, and thus I might get all the boring old diplomats who wanted to beg for mercy. That's what they usually ask anyway. I've grown quite a useful reputation when it comes to keeping people out of here. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I missed you a lot, you know. I've to show my strong side to the court, or they'll think I'm weak. It was already difficult enough to explain why I wanted to invade a country to seek a marriage, and told them that this way they'll give tribute to us and an alliance as well. The truth is very different, however. I assume you remember me now, don't you? We did grow up all together after all, and while I admit that I missed you a lot, I meant it as a friend. This diplomatic marriage is for our mutual benefit. Yes, I did tell my nobles that I wanted to reap the advantages of an alliance with your people, but I must also disclose a painful and unexpected truth to you. It is true that I have to invade you, and that will undoubtedly leave you a bad impression of me. I accept that, but please, listen to me when I say that I did this to protect you as well. My spies are everywhere, in fact, and I almost couldn't believe them when I was told that there is a dangerous plot to murder you. Calm down, you're safe here, but for old time's sake, for this friendship we have shared for years, I couldn't bear to let you be killed by your brother. Yes, he's hiding something behind those smiles and that filthy false face of his. He fears that you might do exactly what you are going to do now. Marry one of us northern queens, and use our power to take the throne of Arcadia for yourself. If I hadn't invaded, the plot would have succeeded within a week. I had to act quickly, which is why I invaded with full force and demanded this marriage as a condition for peace. Your brother knows that his army can't hold mine forever, and if he has to choose between losing everything in a war and a marriage that could possibly mean a gain of power for you, he will pick the possible future danger. I will marry you, save you, and perhaps one day use my power to help you get your revenge and the throne. I thought you would accept. At least give him time to explain what my plan was. I know we have both had our hard times with our siblings, outshined, ignored, given little gifts, so we should stay quiet. But this is a harsh world. One where little gifts bring you nothing but misery, because the time you waste feeling grateful for what little you have gained is time someone else gains to find a permanent solution to the problem with your name. Oh, and I know that my dear sister would likely do exactly the same to me if I played nice like she wants me to. But I can read through her schemes. She would have stabbed me in the back a long time ago if I hadn't kept this kingdom strong with my own. Harsh, I know, methods. I really hope you will agree. If not for vegans, then at least in the name of our love, in the name of our friendship. Who can you count on if not your friends after all? We need to stick together if we want to survive. And if we will use our resources properly, we will be unstoppable. Only if you want to, of course. I just want to protect you. I want us both to benefit from this. Protecting you in the name of friendship comes after that. That is why I really hope you will accept my marriage proposal. We may never love each other, but we are friends. That's all that matters, since I'd rather be married with you than with your brother. Or anyone else for that matter. But I like what I said before. I don't really feel like taking your hand by force. I'd much rather have your consent on this. I don't want you to feel forced. Is that possible? And please, consider my actions have been aimed at mutual benefit, and will continue to be so. I wish there were another way to solve our problems, but I don't see anything like that. Neither right now, nor in the near or distant future. A marriage can solve so many problems. Huh? Wait, what does that mean? What? Are you serious? She proposed to you as well? That little... She's infuriating. Was she really about to steal you from me again? She did it so many times when we were children, and I know it was only to make me jealous. That's none of your business, though. I had a crush on you, yes, but we were young and foolish. Unlike what I said before, it faded with time. Only business remains now. I assure you that my motive is in love, or whatever. I need an ally and someone who can give my people the resources they need. She, on the other hand, is only doing this out of spite. I know she is. Don't fall for her manipulations. She doesn't really love you. And look, I'm sorry if that makes you feel bad, but she isn't the lovely little girl you used to know. She's a distasteful, manipulative, ice-hatred politician. She doesn't even need you. Not as much as I need your help, at least. Please, bear in mind, if anyone needs help here, it's me. She's always trying to weaken me, and now, thanks to my strategy, we have reached a point of balance where my army can beat hers in battle. But she is rich enough to pay reinforcement. If I ever stop raiding, my military might will fall like a stone in the water, and then there will be nothing stopping her from invading my kingdom. I know she wanted to unite the Northlands. She wants to be both the Ice Queen, which she is, and the Snow Queen. A queen of ice and snow. Can you imagine it? Bah, she knows nothing of this side of Netherlands, and with your help, we'll keep it that way. I don't need you to answer me now. I will leave you enough time to decide, of course. And... what? Pardon? Do you realize what you're suggesting? I can't simply show up and meet her. Why would I do that? Look, I know you haven't met us for a long time, and I understand how that might stop you from understanding the situation. But she doesn't want to end our feud. She wants me to be weaker than she is, so she will be able to backstab me safely. And I... Very well. I trust your judgment, as I always did. I will give her one last chance to actually help me, so we can reach an agreement. I honestly doubt that this will have any success, and it certainly will not bring us anywhere near reconciliation. But at least It will show you that I can't reason with her. I will leave you to your room now. I really hope you're right, by the way. I'm honestly tired of this fight and wish to end it as soon as possible. Sleep well now. Good night. We will have an important meeting soon. A reunion of childhood friends.